أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم ورتل القرآن ترتيلا.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Viewers of MTA, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Welcome to our program Tarteel lesson number 2, in which we learn and practice the correct recitation of the Holy Quran. And according to the format of the program, in each class or in each lesson, we focus one surah, one rule, and some assignment is given to the participants, to the students, and also we discuss some important points regarding the recitation of the Holy Quran. So first of all, I go to the revision of lesson number 1, and I like to ask the questions my participant of this class, students. So one surah. Which short surah did we practice last time in lesson number 1, Hassan?
We practiced Surah An-Nas.
Surah An-Nas, okay. What was the name, what is the meaning of that surah?
The meaning of the surah is the mankind or the people.
The people, okay. Okay, what was the number of that surah? I mean number 55, 110, or
It was number 114.
114, okay. Okay, one rule. We had focused one rule. Which was that one, Tahir? Noon gunna, nasal sound. To produce nasal sound for how many seconds? For 2 seconds. 2 normal blinks of eye, it was 2 seconds. Okay, so last time I had given you an assignment with regards to chapter number 72, Surah Al-Jinn, in part 29, to find out the examples and the places where nasal sound, noon gunna with noon with tashdid or mushaddad gunna is manifested. How many places did you find, Hassan?
Found 40.
40. Do you agree with that one?
Yes.
And your
Yes.
answer is the same.
Yes.
So there are Surah Al-Jinn, which is chapter number 72. It has only 29 verses, and you did find 40 examples of nasal sound. So that was a good practice. Yes? All right, good. Now, other important points which we discussed. How many Arabic alphabets or letters, Hassan?
29.
29. From alif to ya, if you count, the total is 29. Okay, good. Okay, what were the 2 kinds of vowels, Rahman?
There are 2 types, and there is the short vowel and the long vowel.
Short vowels and long vowels.
Long vowels.
Okay, give me an example of short vowels. Do you have any example?
The Fatha, the Dhamma, and the Kasra.
Fatha, kasra, dhamma, or fatha, dhamma, kasra. Okay, how many time the duration should we give to?
Only 1 second.
1 second, 1 normal blink of eye,
eye.
not more than that, maybe less than that. Okay, good. And what is Huroof-al-Madda? How many they are? Alif, waw, ya. Okay, in order to remember that one, I told you about 2 phrases or one phrase. Give me one phrase, Hassan.
Iha, Nahiha.
No. Yes.
Nu, he, ha.
Yes. Nu, hi, ha, or
Udina.
Utina. Okay, the both words are taken from the Holy Quran, and this is a good example because it covers all 3 long vowels, Huroof-e-Madda, letters of prolongation and stretch. Okay, we also discuss some manners before starting the Holy Quran, and one important manner or etiquette which has been taught to us by Allah the Almighty in the Holy Quran with reference to Surah An-Nahl. Okay, what was that?
Say, A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim.
To seek refuge with Allah. So what is in term, what is that called? It is called ta'awudh.
Ta'awudh.
Okay. So how many surahs are there in the Holy Quran? Surah numbering
114.
114. So which one is the first one?
Surah Al-Fatiha.
Surah Al-Fatiha, the opening chapter, and the last one,
Surah An-Nas.
Surah An-Nas. So in the same way, in the same format, we are going to focus one surah in this lesson number 2, one rule, and I will give you some assignment, and we will also discuss some additional information and other important points. All right? Okay. Surah in focus for lesson number 2 is Falak. Okay? Suratul Falak. Important points to remember. This surah was revealed at Medina. In other words, I should say that it was revealed after migration of the Holy Prophet ﷺ to from Makkah to Medina. So it was revealed after Hijrah. All right? There were some surahs who were revealed before Hijrah, 13 years of that period, and some surahs were revealed after that when he migrated from Mecca to Medina. So this surah was revealed in Medina. Similarly, Surah An-Nas was also revealed in Medina. All right? It has 6 verses, including Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. This phrase is also known as Basmala or Tasmiyah. You see, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim in terminology, in order to understand what is that phrase, this one, as we say at-ta'awuz, a'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Okay? So this Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim is called Basmala or Tasmiyah. Tasmiyah is common noun, is well known to us. The simple meaning of its name, the name of Surah Al-Falak, is the dawn or the daybreak. All right? Al-Falak. This is the 113th surah of the Holy Quran. Last time in lesson number 1, we discussed and we practiced Surah An-Nas, chapter number 114. Okay? And this is the second last surah of the Holy Quran, 113th. Now this is beautiful Surah Al-Falak. In this surah, you have seen that certain letters have been highlighted. So there is some significance and importance of these letters, because we are focusing one rule per one surah. So why I have highlighted, this is letters with jerking sound. We are going to learn and practice Al-Huroof-al-Qalqalah. Okay? Letters with jerking sound. First of all, the first point is that what is the meaning of Qalqalah? Qalqalah means to shake, to jerk, to vibrate, to move. So Al-Huroof-al-Qalqalah, remember, Al-Huroof is a plural of harfun. Harfun, one letter. Huroof is the plural. You say Huroof, Huroof-al-Hijja.
Huroof-al-Hijja.
Okay. So Al-Huroof-al-Qalqalah means those letters which are pronounced with jerking sound, with slight vibration, and that produce some echo. These are the following 5 letters out of 29. There are 29 letters from Alif to Ya. Only 5 have with jerking sound. And these are the following 5 letters: Qaf, Ta, Ba, Jim, and Dal. Remember, in Surah Al-Falak, you have only noticed certain letters out of these 5. For example, Qaf, Al-Falak, Ba, Dal. But other letters, Ta and Jim, you can find in other places. But these are the 5 letters which we have to focus and have to learn. For easy reference, remember and memorize the following 2 words. Qutubu Jaddin. Say, Qutubu Jaddin.
Jaddin.
It covers all these 5 letters: Qaf, Ta, Ba, Jim, and Dal. Okay? So, when pronounced, a Qalqalah letter must be mute. You see, we were talking about Fatha, Kasra, Dhamma, Zer, Zabar, Pesh, which is commonly known in Asian countries. I told you last time. Now, when a Qalqalah letter, when a letter will make a jerking sound, it must be mute with some sukoon, okay, with some jazm. So look at the following example. Now here in the first line, Qaf, which is highlighted, it has a sukoon on that one. Qalqalah letter never comes with Fatha, Kasra or Dhamma. It must be mute, where our our voice stops. Now again, you can find that in the same line, the first one, Qaf with sukoon, but bihadhal baladi. Now this dal, though it has a kasra, but in waqf, when we are stopping here, it is a conditional sukoon comes there, because we are going to stop there at the end of each verse where we have to make a waqf. Then the last letter becomes mute. We have to make a practice, first of all, that one. Okay, you have to follow me, and with the same continuation of that introduction, you will learn and you will practice. Okay. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
لا أقسم بهذا البلد.
لا أقسم بهذا البلد.
لا أقسم بهذا البلد.
لا أقسم بهذا البلد.
لقد خلقنا الإنسان في كبد.
لقد خلقنا الإنسان في كبد.
Okay, remember last time in lesson 1, I have highlighted all those examples of noon gunna. Okay, now because you have learned that rule, don't need to highlight here, because we practice that one. Now we come to this conclusion that in order to have a jerking sound, whether a letter has an original sukoon, like for example on the la uqsimu on qaf, or a sukoon comes conditionally when we make waqf on that one, on that letter. And remember, a word can never start with a Qalqalah letter, as it must be mute. For example, you can find all these examples where we are making a jerking sound or Qalqalah that is in middle of the word or at the end of the word. A jerking sound can never be made or pronounced in the start of a word. Now, categories of Qalqalah. With regards to the pronunciation, there are 3 categories or degrees of Qalqalah sound. Qalqalah is pronounced softly when any Qalqalah letter from, for example, Qutubu Jaddin, that is the phrase, comes in the middle of a word. Okay, let's do the practice. سنقرئك فلا تنسى.
سنقرئك فلا تنسى.
سنقرئك فلا تنسى.
سنقرئك فلا تنسى.
الذي أطعمهم من جوع وآمنهم خير وأبقى
والآخرة خير وأبقى
والآخرة خير وأبقى
والآخرة خير وأبقى
إلا الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات فلهم أجر غير ممنون
إلا الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات فلهم أجر غير ممنون
فلهم أجر غير ممنون
فلهم أجر غير ممنون
ورأيت الناس يدخلون في دين الله أفواجا
ورأيت الناس يدخلون في دين الله أفواجا.
Okay, remember in this last example, وَرَأَيْتَ النَّاسَ, you know, noon gunna, because noon with tashdid, so you have to produce nasal sound. Okay? Because you have learned one rule, you have to practice, you have to recognize wherever you recite the Holy Quran, oh yes, we have learned this one, we have to practice. Okay? And you have noticed that all in these examples, the Qalqalah letter has been pronounced softly. There was not much jerking sound, but because you know these are in continuation. Now the second category is moderate. Qalqalah is pronounced with the moderate jerking sound when any Qalqalah letter from Qaf, Ta, Ba, Qutb, Jaddin comes at the end of a word in waqf. Let's do the practice. وَالسَّمَاءِ وَالطَّارِقِ
والسماء والطارق.
You may have noticed that here, you know, a jerk is higher than, you know, the previous examples in continuation, because this time we are making a stop here and we have to take a new breath to go to the new example, the next example. وَالسَّمَاءِ وَالطَّارِقِ
والسماء والطارق
وَاللَّهُ مِنْ وَرَائِهِمْ مُحِيطٌ
والله من ورائهم محيط
وَاللَّهُ مِنْ وَرَائِهِمْ مُحِيطٌ
والله من ورائهم محيط
وامرأته حمالة الحطب
حمالة الحطب
وامرأته حمالة الحطب
وامرأته حمالة الحطب
والسماء ذات البروج
والسماء ذات البروج
والسماء ذات البروج
والسماء ذات البروج
واليوم الموعود
واليوم الموعود
واليوم الموعود
واليوم الموعود
the phrase qutubu jaddin, and again you can find the example qaf, ta, ba, jim, dal. Okay, it's covering all 5 letters. All right. So anywhere when they come in the Holy Quran, you must be able now to practice that one. Okay. And now the third category, which is strong jerking sound. Again, the same principle, but remember that the third category must have a tashdeed sign, a shadda sign over that. And it comes at the end of word, and especially when we are making a waqf on that one. All right? And you know, last time we discussed that a shadda sign always indicate the double letter. So we have to give double time. We have to stress it. We have to manifest it properly with stress and with emphasis. Okay, next one. وَيَقْتُلُونَ النَّبِيِّينَ بِغَيْرِ الْحَقِّ
ويقتلون النبيين بخير الحق.
Remember that on the second word yaqtuluna, you have to make soft jerking sound. Again, the noon gunna is coming in an-nabiyina, and then there is a heavy sound, strong jerking sound at the end. وَيَقْتُلُونَ النَّبِيِّينَ بِغَيْرِ الْحَقِّ
ويقتلون النبيين بغير الحق
وَلَعَذَابُ الْآخِرَةِ أَشَقُّ
ولعذاب الآخرة أشق
وَلَعَذَابُ الْآخِرَةِ أَشَقُّ
ولعذاب الآخرة أشق.
تبت يدا أبي لهب وتب
تبت يدا أبي لهب وتب.
Now remember, otherwise the word would be tabba. But now, first of all, ba is a qalqala letter. Again, there is a tashdeed on that one. And then there is a waqf sign, because this is the end of a verse. And then again, there is a toss sign as well. So we have to make, is a stressful pause here or stop here. تبت يدا أبي لهب وتب
تبت يدا أبي لهب وتب.
Now in the last example, as you can say, see the dots, it means that this is not the end of a verse, but the verse continues. But sometime in order to teach the people, you have to break one verse. So for example, this is the full complete sentence. Okay, so وَأَذِّنْ فِي النَّاسِ بِالْحَجِّ
وأذن في الناس بالحج
وَأَذِّنْ فِي النَّاسِ بِالْحَجِّ
وأذن في الناس بالحج.
Okay, next one. We are coming to the conclusion of lesson number 2, but it is important that we have to highlight a common error, and we have noticed that one, and that has been highlighted with this one in verse number 5, okay, with the red color. Now, let's do the starting from first verse. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
قل أعوذ برب الفلق
قل أعوذ برب الفلق
من شر ما خلق
من شر ما خلق
ومن شر غاسق إذا وقب
ومن شر غاسق إذا وقب.
Now remember the verse number 5, there is a fa with tashdeed and with vertical fatha. okay, vertical fatha and tashdeed, and it is pronounced as like it has a fatha only, that one. So it must be prolonged, and as we are prolonging the tha, the next letter, it should also be prolonged, that one. Okay. وَمِن شَرِّ النَّفَّاثَاتِ فِي الْعُقَدِ
ومن شر النفاثات في العقد
شَرِّ النَّفَّاثَاتِ فِي الْعُقَدِ
شر النفاثات في العقد
وَمِن شَرِّ حَاسِدٍ إِذَا حَسَدَ
ومن شر حاسد إذا حسد.
Now the assignments. Okay, recite and repeat Surah Al-Falak at least 7 times in a moderate voice, keeping in mind the learned rule of Qalqalah. Okay, as you normally recite, to recite for the sake of practice of this surah 7 times before coming to the next lesson. Recite and repeat the following surahs and highlight the examples of Qalqalah. So these surahs, Surah Al-Inshiqaq, Al-Buruj, Al-Tariq, Al-Balad, Al-Adiyat, Al-Lahab are very good for learning and practicing this rule of Qalqalah, because you can find many examples of this one, of all type of that one, soft, moderate and strong, and find out how many examples are there in each surah. Okay, not as a total, but how many examples in Shiqaq and Al-Buruj and Tariq and so and so. Question time. What is the meaning of Qalqalah, Hassan?
It is jerking, sir.
To jerk. Qalqalah means to jerk,
To jerk.
to vibrate, all right, to shake, to move. Which letters are called Huroof-al-Qalqalah? Yes.
Qaf, To, Ba, Jim, and Dal.
Good, well done. Okay, Tahir, which are the categories of Qalqalah, kinds of Qalqalah?
Strong, moderate, and strongest.
No.
Light, medium, and strongest.
Yeah, you can say. So soft, moderate, and strong. So say light, medium, and strong. Okay, that's good. Okay, can a word start with any Qalqalah letter? Why, if not?
No, it can't, because it has to have a sukoon, which a word can't start with.
Can never come in the beginning of a word. That's well done. What do you understand by the term tasmiyah or basmala?
A surah should start with Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim.
Say again.
Surah should start with Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. In other words, you can say that Bismillah ar-Rahman, this is the phrase which is in the beginning of surahs, and we commonly recite in doing different works according to the instructions of our beloved Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So this is called tasmiyah, or technically basmala. So jazakumullah. Thank you very much for your participation. So please practice. If you do not practice, then whatever you have learned, you will not have a good grip. So learn, revise, and practice. Viewers of MTA, thank you very much for watching our program. If you have any question, comment, or feedback, please write to us at tarteel@mta.tv. Until the next program, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم ورتل